Europe offers some of the most breathtaking train journeys on the planet, where every turn reveals postcard-perfect landscapes that will leave you speechless. From snow-capped alpine peaks to dramatic coastal cliffs, these 7 railway routes transform ordinary travel into extraordinary adventure. Get ready to discover the train rides that belong on every travel enthusiast's bucket list. 1. Glacier Express, Switzerland's alpine masterpiece. Picture yourself gliding through the heart of the Swiss Alps, surrounded by towering peaks, pristine valleys, and charming mountain villages that seem frozen in time. The Glacier Express, connecting St. Moritz to Zermatt, offers exactly this experience and so much more. This legendary railway journey has earned the affectionate nickname the slowest express train in the world, and that's precisely what makes it special. The Glacier Express is operated jointly by the Rhenian Railway and Matterhorn-Gotthardbahn, and the journey takes approximately 8 hours to cover just 291 kilometers. But this isn't about speed, it's about savoring every magnificent moment. The train features panoramic windows that extend up into the ceiling, ensuring you won't miss a single spectacular view. Throughout this incredible journey, you'll cross 291 bridges and pass through 91 tunnels, each transition revealing yet another stunning alpine vista. One of the absolute highlights is the Landwasser Viaduct, a 6-arch limestone bridge that curves dramatically before disappearing into a tunnel carved directly into the mountain face. This engineering marvel has become one of Switzerland's most photographed railway structures, and seeing it from onboard is truly unforgettable. The route also takes you through the Rhine Gorge, often called the Swiss Grand Canyon. Here, the landscape transforms into dramatic white cliffs and rushing river waters far below. As you continue, you'll climb to the Oberalp Pass, reaching an elevation of 2,033 meters, where the views stretch endlessly across snow-covered peaks and glacial valleys. The journey culminates in Zermatt, home to the iconic Matterhorn. This car-free alpine village offers the perfect ending to an already perfect journey. The best time to experience the Glacier Express is during late spring through early autumn, when the mountain meadows are carpeted with wildflowers, though winter transforms the route into a magical wonderland of snow and ice. 2. Bernina Express, from alpine heights to Mediterranean warmth. The Bernina Express offers something truly unique among European train journeys, a complete transition from the icy peaks of the Swiss Alps to the palm-lined streets of Italian Tirano, all in just 4 hours. This UNESCO World Heritage route is operated by the Rhenian Railway and represents one of the most impressive feats of railway engineering anywhere in the world. What makes the Bernina Express particularly remarkable is its achievement of reaching 2,253 meters at the Ospizio Bernina station without using cogwheels or rack rails. This makes it the highest railway crossing in the Alps, achieved purely by adhesion. A testament to the brilliant engineering of the early 20th century when this route was constructed. The journey begins in Chur, Switzerland's oldest city, and immediately starts climbing into increasingly dramatic alpine terrain. As you ascend, the landscape becomes more rugged and pristine. You'll pass crystalline mountain lakes that perfectly mirror the surrounding peaks, their waters so clear and blue they seem almost unreal. One of the most photographed moments comes at the Bruzio Spiral Viaduct, where the train curves in a complete circle as it descends, creating a spectacular spiral that's visible from certain vantage points. This circular bridge has become an icon of railway engineering and provides passengers with a dizzying but delightful view as the train curves around itself. The dramatic climate transition is part of what makes this journey so special. You begin surrounded by glaciers and snow-covered mountains, but as you descend into Italy, the landscape gradually softens. By the time you reach Tirano, you're surrounded by vineyards, palm trees, and Mediterranean architecture. This remarkable transformation happens so gradually, yet so completely, that it feels almost magical. The panoramic coaches offer unobstructed views through oversized windows, ensuring every passenger gets a front-row seat to this incredible show. Whether you're traveling in summer when alpine flowers bloom in abundance, or winter when the landscape is blanketed in pristine snow, the Bernina Express offers unforgettable beauty in every season. 3. West Highland Line, Scotland's wild beauty. The West Highland Line takes you deep into the rugged heart of the Scottish Highlands, offering a journey through some of Britain's most dramatic and untamed landscapes, running from Glasgow to Mallaig with an important stop at Fort William. This route showcases everything that makes Scotland legendary, from misty lochs to towering mountains to windswept coastal vistas. The journey is operated by ScotRail, but for those seeking extra magic, the Jacobite steam train runs seasonally along the Mallaig portion of the route. This heritage steam locomotive adds an extra layer of romance and nostalgia to an already enchanting journey. Shortly after departing Glasgow, you'll skirt the shores of Loch Lomond, Britain's largest lake by surface area. The loch's tranquil waters and surrounding forested hills provide a peaceful introduction to the Highlands, but the landscape quickly becomes more dramatic as you venture deeper into this ancient land. The route passes by Ben Nevis, standing at 1,345 meters as the highest mountain in the British Isles. Even from the train, its massive presence dominates the skyline, often wreathed in clouds that add to its mysterious character. However, the absolute highlight for many travelers is crossing the Glenfinnen Viaduct. This curved concrete railway bridge has achieved worldwide recognition as the bridge featured in several popular films about a young wizard. But even without its cinematic fame, the viaduct would be remarkable. Consisting of 21 arches, it curves gracefully above the valley, with a monument to Bonnie Prince Charlie and Loch Shiel visible in the distance. The combination of Victorian engineering, Highland scenery, and historical significance creates a moment that travelers remember for years. As you continue toward Mallaig, the landscape becomes increasingly wild and remote. You'll pass through areas where human habitation is sparse and nature reigns supreme. The journey ends at the coastal fishing port of Mallaig, where the Atlantic Ocean stretches to the horizon and the islands of the Inner Hebrides beckon in the distance. The West Highland line is particularly atmospheric in autumn when the hillsides turn golden and russet, or in winter when snow dusts the peaks and mist rolls through the glens. Spring brings lambs to the hillsides and new life to the landscape, while summer offers the longest days and the most reliable weather. 4. Bergen Railway, Norway's high-altitude wonder connecting Norway's capital, Oslo, with the beautiful coastal city of Bergen. The Bergen Railway is Europe's highest mainline railway and one of its most spectacular, operated by Vi, the Norwegian state railway company. This journey takes approximately 7 hours to traverse 496 kilometers of increasingly dramatic Norwegian landscape. What begins as a journey through gentle farmland and forests gradually transforms into something much more extraordinary. As the train climbs steadily upward, the vegetation becomes sparser, the air thinner, and the views more expansive. The route passes through 182 tunnels, each one carved through solid rock, representing decades of determined engineering work in one of Europe's most challenging environments. The absolute highlight is crossing the Hardangervidda Plateau, Europe's largest mountain plateau, and Norway's biggest national park. At the Finn station, you reach 1,237 meters above sea level, entering a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. This is a place of stark, austere beauty, rolling tundra dotted with countless small lakes, where reindeer roam and the horizon seems to extend forever. In winter, Finns becomes a snow-covered wonderland. Often buried under several meters of snow, the station has actually served as a filming location for ice planet scenes in popular science fiction films, which gives you an idea of just how remote and pristine this landscape appears. The train itself becomes a warm, cozy refuge as you watch the frozen landscape roll past your window. Summer brings a completely different character to the Hardangervidda. The snow melts to reveal carpets of hardy alpine flowers, and waterfalls cascade down the mountains on either side of the track. The light during Norway's bright summer nights adds an ethereal quality to the landscape. As you descend toward Bergen, the landscape becomes progressively greener and more lush. You'll pass through narrow valleys with cascading waterfalls, traverse mountainsides with dizzying drops, and eventually emerge into the fjord-indented coastal landscape around Bergen. The contrast between the barren highland plateau and the verdant coastal valleys makes this transition particularly striking. The Bergen Railway operates year-round, and each season offers its own unique appeal. Winter provides the most dramatic and pristine landscapes. Spring brings rushing meltwater and emerging greenery. Summer offers comfortable temperatures and endless daylight, while autumn paints the lower elevations in brilliant colors. 5. Cinque Terre Railway, Italy's coastal jewel. The Cinque Terre Railway offers a completely different experience from the mountain routes. This is all about the stunning collision of colorful human habitation with the dramatic Mediterranean coastline. Running between La Spezia and Levanto, this Trenitalia regional service connects the 5 famous villages of the Cinque Terre: Riomaggiore, Manerella, Corniglia, Vernazza, and Monterosso. What makes this journey unique is that the 5 villages are built in locations so dramatic and inaccessible that the railway offers the only practical way to reach them all in a single day. Each village clings to steep cliffs above the sparkling Mediterranean, their colorful houses painted in shades of yellow, pink, orange, and red, creating a scene that has inspired artists and travelers for generations. The journey itself is characterized by a rhythm of darkness and light. Much of the route passes through tunnels carved directly through the coastal mountains, but between these tunnels come brief, brilliant glimpses of the sea and villages. These moments of emergence are perfectly timed to offer spectacular views: houses stacked vertically up impossible slopes, tiny harbors with colorful fishing boats, terraced vineyards defying gravity, and the endless blue of the Mediterranean stretching to the horizon. Manerella often provides the most photographed view, with its pastel houses seeming to tumble down the cliff face toward the small harbor below. Vernazza, perhaps the most picturesque of all 5 villages, clusters around its small natural harbor, dominated by a medieval tower. Monterosso offers the only real beach among the 5 villages, where golden sand meets the turquoise water. The beauty of the Cinque Terre Railway is that you can hop on and off throughout the day, spending time exploring each village at your leisure. Climb the narrow streets, sample fresh seafood and local wines. Visit small churches perched on promontories, or simply sit by the harbor watching the Mediterranean light change throughout the day. While brief compared to the epic alpine journeys, the Cinque Terre Railway offers concentrated beauty. Every moment outside the tunnels provides views that belong on postcards. The best times to visit are late spring or early autumn, when the weather is pleasant but the villages aren't too overwhelmed with summer crowds. The light during these seasons is particularly beautiful, warm and golden, perfect for photography and simply soaking in the atmosphere. 6. Flam Railway. Norway's engineering marvel, the Flam Railway, or Flamsbana as it's known locally, represents one of the steepest and most dramatic railway journeys anywhere in the world. This 20-kilometer route connecting the fjordside village of Flam with the mountain station of Myrtle achieves what seems impossible: climbing 865 meters through landscape so steep and dramatic it takes your breath away, with a gradient of 5.5% along most of its length. The Flam Railway is one of the steepest standard gauge railways in the world. The journey takes about an hour, but it's an hour packed with jaw-dropping scenery at every turn. The train winds its way up the mountainside through 20 tunnels, many of them carved by hand during the railway's construction in the early 20th century. The absolute highlight comes at Kvasfossen waterfall, where the train makes a special stop lasting several minutes. Passengers disembark to witness this powerful cascade plunging 93 meters down the mountainside, the spray creating rainbows on sunny days and the roar of falling water filling the valley. During summer months, you might even spot a performance by a dancer representing Huldra, a mystical forest spirit from Norwegian folklore, adding a touch of magic to an already enchanting scene. Throughout the journey, the landscape is consistently spectacular. You'll pass farms clinging to seemingly impossible slopes, their red-painted buildings somehow finding purchase on near vertical mountainsides. Rivers rush through narrow gorges far below the track. In every direction, snow-capped peaks rise toward the sky, many of them bearing small glaciers even in summer. The journey begins in Flam, nestled at the end of Orlandsfjord, a branch of the mighty Sognefjord, Norway's longest and deepest fjord. The village sits barely above sea level, surrounded by mountains that rise almost vertically on all sides. As the train begins its ascent, you quickly gain perspective on just how dramatic this landscape truly is. By the time you reach Myrtle, you're in a completely different world. This high mountain station sits exposed to the elements at 867 meters above sea level, often shrouded in mist even when Flam below enjoys sunshine. The barren, rocky landscape here contrasts dramatically with the green valleys below. Many travelers combine the Flam Railway with fjord cruises and the Bergen Railway to create a comprehensive Norwegian journey known as Norway in a nutshell. This combination offers perhaps the most complete introduction to Norway's spectacular landscapes available. The Flam Railway operates year-round, and winter journeys offer a particularly special experience, as the waterfalls freeze into crystalline cascades and the mountains are blanketed in deep snow. Summer provides the most comfortable temperatures and the longest days, while autumn brings dramatic colors to the deciduous trees clinging to the valley sides. 7. Semmering Railway, historic alpine achievement. The Semmering Railway holds a special place in railway history as the world's first true mountain railway. Completed in 1854, built under the direction of engineer Carl von Giga, this Austrian railway was such an achievement that it earned designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1998, recognized as an outstanding example of 19th century civil engineering, operated by BB, the Austrian Federal Railways. The route connects Glognitz with Merzouschlag, crossing the Semmering Pass through landscape that was considered impossible to traverse by rail when the project began. The solution required remarkable ingenuity: 16 viaducts, 15 tunnels, and over 100 stone bridges, all constructed with the technology and methods available in the mid-1800s. The engineering structures themselves are works of art. The double-decker Kolti Rind Viaduct showcases the elegant stone arches that characterize the entire route. These structures were built to last, and they've served continuously for more than 170 years, testament to the skill of their builders. But the Semmering Railway isn't just about historical significance. The landscape it traverses remains genuinely beautiful. The route winds through the Eastern Alps, offering views of forested mountains, alpine meadows, and picturesque valleys. The region around the Semmering Pass became a fashionable resort area during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and elegant villas and hotels from this era still dot the mountainsides, adding cultural interest to the natural beauty. From the train windows, you'll see the Vienna water supply mountains, which provide the Austrian capital with some of the world's finest drinking water. The landscape has a softer character than the High Alps. Further west, these are mountains that feel accessible and friendly, covered in mixed forests that turn brilliant colors in autumn. The journey takes less than 2 hours, making it perfect for a day trip from Vienna or as part of a longer Austrian railway adventure. While it may not have the dramatic elevation or stark landscapes of some other routes on this list, the Semmering Railway offers something equally valuable: journey through history combined with genuine alpine charm. Spring through autumn provides the most pleasant weather, with summer offering comfortable temperatures perfect for combining the train. Journey with hiking or exploring the historic resort towns along the route. Winter brings skiing opportunities to the region, and the snow-covered landscape, viewed from the warmth of the train, has its own special appeal. These 7 routes represent the very best of European railway travel, each offering its own unique character and unforgettable experiences. Whether you're drawn to the towering peaks of the Swiss Alps, the wild beauty of the Scottish Highlands, the Mediterranean charm of Italy's coast, or the fjord-carved landscapes of Norway, there's a perfect train journey waiting for you. The beauty of rail travel is that the journey itself becomes the destination, offering you time to simply sit back, relax, and watch some of the world's most beautiful landscapes unfold before your eyes.